This is a UIC well site in Putnam County. It's a private site. It's just operated for a single operator's waste. It's operated by Cabot. The API number is 47079014452. The site is entirely fenced. It has 2 gates that are locked. And then the access road to the site has a locked gate. We're at the back of the site now. There's a large secondary containment for a tank battery with 6 large tanks. I'm guessing they're 150 barrel each, so that's a guess. The secondary containment appears to be adequate. It's cement, and the bottom of that the tanks are sitting on is also cement, so there's no way the spilled material can enter the ground. One of the tanks has a flap open. I can't tell the rest, but there's not a real bad odor here, not like at the Viking site. Toward the front of the well site, there's a platform that's set within the secondary containment, and it appears to have a cement floor. There's the platform itself has a steel grate, so any fluid spilled go onto the cement floor below. This is where materials are unloaded from the truck. You can kind of see the hoses there. They hang partially off the platform, but the ends are on the platform, so any material in the hoses would drip back into the platform. I believe that is the actual pump, a 3-stage pump, but I might be wrong. The hose goes from that manifold up into the pipe for the waste to be injected, which is that black rubber hose below. This is the well itself. It has a gauge on top for measuring injection pressure. There's a little pipe coming up out of the ground about 1.5 feet away from the base, and I suspect that's for measuring the annulus pressure. There's a little gauge on top of that. The waste comes in from that rubber hose that's attached to the wellhead. 2 shut-off valves, one in front and one to the large one to the side. Beyond the wells, there's an unloading pad. It's cement with berms. It appears that there's a sump underneath the steps. I'm not sure if that's visible. But the pad is sloped so that any fluid that's spilled from the trucks while unloading would go into the sump, so nothing is spilled onto the ground. There's some empty tanks stored on the open area to the south of the well. And you can see part of it's in shade. But that's the well itself, the platform, the unloading pad, with 2 signs. And that's the cement unloading pad. I'm not sure what would go into those barrels. They might be trying to capture the oil, separating it, but that's just a guess. So there's the unloading pad, there's a shed over the platform, and then the 6 large tanks behind.